Welcome to Dream Rise. Ever wondered how much money you could have saved if you had started earlier? You're strolling through your favorite bookstore and a title catches your eye. 35 Tips on Saving Money by Wolfgang Riebe. Intrigued, you pick it up. You find a treasure trove of practical, actionable advice that can transform your financial future. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the wisdom contained within these pages. Saving money isn't just about having a safety net. It's about creating freedom and flexibility in your life. It's about being able to make choices without the weight of financial stress. But saving is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned and honed. A world of instant gratification, saving might seem like an old-fashioned concept, but it's still as relevant today as it was 100 years ago. It's about discipline, about making smart choices, about prioritizing your long-term happiness over short-term desires. Tips on Saving Money is a guide that can help you navigate the often confusing world of personal finance. Not about making huge sacrifices or living a life of deprivation. It's about understanding how money works and making it work for you. The book is packed with practical advice, from understanding the importance of a budget to learning how to cut back on unnecessary expenses. A roadmap to financial freedom, filled with tips that are easy to implement and can have a big impact on your bank account. Why is this important? Every dollar saved is a dollar earned. Because every penny you don't spend today is a penny that can grow and multiply in the future, because the choices you make today can shape your financial future. And with the right knowledge and tools, anyone can become a savvy saver. So whether you're just starting out in your financial journey or you're looking to boost your savings, this video is for you. So, are you ready to dive into the world of money saving? Let's get started. We start off with our first 5 tips. First up, we have the tip that forms the foundation for all others: understanding the true value of money. Money isn't just numbers on a screen or pieces of paper in your wallet. It's time, energy, and opportunities. When you spend money, you're spending the hours you work to earn it and the opportunities you could have pursued with it. So before you make any purchase, ask yourself, is this worth my time and opportunities? Our second tip is to prioritize your spending. Not all expenses are created equal. Some are necessary for your survival and well-being, like food and shelter, while others are more about pleasure and convenience. Recognize the difference and allocate your money accordingly. Your bills and groceries should always come before the latest gadget or fashion trend. Thirdly, let's talk about the power of delayed gratification. We live in a world of instant gratification, where we can get almost anything we want with a click of a button. But just because you can, doesn't mean you should. Waiting to make a purchase not only gives you time to think it over, but also allows you to save up and avoid debt. Our fourth tip is to make a budget and stick to it. A budget is your financial roadmap. It helps you see where your money is going, which in turn allows you to control your spending and save more effectively. Remember, a budget is only as good as your commitment to follow it. Finally, tip number 5, save first, spend later. Many people make the mistake of saving what's left after spending, but more often than not, there's not much left to save. So flip the script. Save a portion of your income first, then spend what's left. This ensures you're consistently building your savings and moving closer to your financial goals. These were our first 5 tips. Let's move on to the next set. Moving forward, let's explore the next 5 tips. Tip 6. Be mindful of the little things. It's easy to overlook the small daily expenses, but they can add up over time. That daily coffee? It could be costing you hundreds of dollars a year. Consider brewing your own at home and watch your savings grow. Tip 7. Don't be afraid to negotiate. Whether it's your car insurance, cell phone plan, or even your rent, there's often wiggle room for negotiation. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but the potential savings make it worth your while. Moving on to tip 8. Plan your meals. Eating out or ordering in can be a significant drain on your wallet. By planning your meals in advance and cooking at home, you can save a substantial amount of money. Plus, it's often healthier too. Tip 9. Embrace secondhand. Whether it's clothing, furniture, or electronics, buying secondhand can save you a bundle. Many items are barely used and can be found for a fraction of the price. And finally, tip 10. Automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account each month. It's a painless way to save, and you'll be surprised at how quickly it adds up. In summary, be mindful of your spending. Don't shy away from negotiation, plan your meals, embrace the secondhand market, and automate your savings. Each of these tips can help you save money, and when combined, they can lead to significant savings. So there you have it, tips 6 through 10. Each one of these strategies is a stepping stone towards a more secure financial future. Remember, it's not about making huge changes all at once, but rather making small adjustments that over time make a big difference. With these tips, you are well on your way to becoming a money-saving expert. Let's delve into the next 10 tips. Tip 11, be a smart shopper. When you're out shopping, always compare prices and look for discounts. It's not about being cheap, it's about being smart with your money. Moving on to tip 12, avoid impulse buying. If you see something you want, don't buy it immediately. Wait a day or two. If you still want it after that, then consider purchasing it. This can help you avoid unnecessary spending. Tip 13 suggests, repair instead of replace. If something breaks, see if you can fix it before deciding to buy a new one. This not only saves money, but also helps reduce waste. Tip 14, buy in bulk. Items bought in bulk are often cheaper than when bought individually. But remember, only buy in bulk if you're sure you'll use all of it. Tip 15, save on utilities. Turn off the lights when you leave a room. Unplug electronics that aren't in use. Small changes can lead to big savings over time. Moving on to tip 16, plan your meals. By planning your meals for the week, you can avoid eating out, which can be much more expensive. Tip 17, use public transportation. If possible, try to use public transportation instead of driving. It's cheaper and better for the environment. Tip 18 says, limit your subscriptions. Do you really need all those streaming services? Consider cutting back on subscriptions you don't use often. Tip 19, invest in high-quality items. It might cost more upfront, but high-quality items often last longer and can save you money in the long run. And finally, tip 20, save first, spend later. Always put a portion of your income into savings before spending on anything else. This ensures you always have money set aside for emergencies or future investments. Implementing these tips will surely lead to a healthier financial life. We continue with 10 more insightful tips. Tip 21, it's all about the pennies. Ever heard of the saying, look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves? Well, it's true. Small savings can add up. So, start by cutting back on those small, unnecessary expenses. Tip 22, cook at home. Not only is this healthier, but it's also much cheaper than dining out or ordering takeaways. You'll be amazed at how much you can save. On to tip 23, buy in bulk. Items like toilet paper, toothpaste, and canned goods can be cheaper when bought in large quantities. Tip 24, use public transportation. It's not only good for the environment, but it's also kinder to your wallet. Moving on to tip 25, cancel unused memberships. Gym memberships, magazine subscriptions, anything you're not using, cancel it. You won't miss what you don't use. Tip 26, shop at thrift stores. You'll be surprised at the gems you can find. Plus, it's a great way to save money and be eco-friendly. Tip 27, make a shopping list before you go to the store. It'll help you avoid impulse buys, which are often unnecessary and expensive. Tip 28, maintain your appliances. Regular maintenance can prolong their life, saving you money in the long term. Tip 29, learn to do it yourself. Whether it's home repairs, car maintenance, or even haircuts, learning to do things yourself can save you a fortune. And finally, tip 30, use cash instead of credit cards. It's easier to overspend when you're swiping a card. Using cash can help you stay within your budget. These tips are sure to help you take control of your financial future. And finally, we reach our last 5 tips. Tip 31, live below your means. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to live like a hermit. It's about making conscious choices to spend less than you earn. It's a simple principle, but it's one of the most effective ways to save money and build wealth. Moving on to tip 32, focus on needs, not wants. We often confuse our wants with our needs. However, recognizing the difference can help us make better financial decisions. A need is something essential for survival, like food and shelter. A want is something that is nice to have, but not necessary, like the latest smartphone. By focusing on needs rather than wants, we can drastically cut our expenses. Now, tip 33, pay yourself first. This is a classic piece of financial advice. Before you pay your bills, buy groceries, or do anything else, set aside a portion of your income to save. The first bill you pay each month should be to yourself. This habit ensures that you'll continue to make savings a priority. Coming to tip 34, Avoid debt. Debt can be a useful tool when used wisely, but it can also be a financial trap if you're not careful. Avoiding unnecessary debt can save you a lot of money in the long run. And finally, tip 35. Automate your savings. Technology has made saving money easier than ever. You can set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account. By automating your savings, you take the decision-making out of the process, which can make it easier to stick to your savings plan. With these final tips, you are well equipped to start saving money effectively. Let's do a quick recap of what we've learned. We've delved into Wolfgang Reibe's book, 35 Tips on Saving Money, and uncovered a wealth of wisdom. We've sifted through the tips and tricks, all with the goal of giving our wallets a bit of a breather and setting our financial futures on a more secure footing. We started with the basics, didn't we? Understanding the importance of saving and how each penny saved is a penny earned. We discovered the value of planning our expenses, creating a budget and sticking to it. We explored the virtue of avoiding impulse purchases and the benefits of comparing prices before making a buy. Then we dove deeper, didn't we? We delved into the art of saving on utilities, harnessing the power of energy efficiency and the magic of reducing, reusing, and recycling. We discussed the significance of maintaining our possessions to extend their lifespan and the wisdom of buying in bulk, but only when it makes sense. We also touched on the importance of investing in quality over quantity, the prudence of avoiding debt, and the significance of saving for a rainy day. And who could forget the perks of using public transportation or carpooling and the benefits of home-cooked meals over eating out? As we waded further into the waters of financial wisdom, we discovered the importance of education in the art of saving. We learned about the value of self-control, the benefits of DIY, and the charm of thrift stores. We also covered the significance of prioritizing needs over wants and the wisdom of planning for the future. Finally, in our last leg of the journey, we looked at the importance of maintaining a positive attitude towards saving, understanding that it's not about deprivation, but about making informed decisions. We spoke of the value of setting financial goals, of seeking professional advice when needed, and of constantly learning and adapting to changing financial landscapes. So, in essence, we've journeyed through the realm of financial wisdom, hand in hand with Wolfgang Reibe, gleaning insights and understanding the power of saving. But remember, knowing all these tips is one thing, implementing them is another. It's up to us to take these lessons and weave them into our daily lives. After all, money saved today is money earned tomorrow. It's not just about having a few extra bills in our pockets, but about securing our futures, ensuring our peace of mind, and opening up a world of possibilities. Remember, saving money isn't about depriving yourself, it's about making smart decisions. So start today and see the difference it makes.